kana sofrimento kada suku nzua nina no ija nzua nina no be verdretu ejwene sofrimento ya mtu manungo moya batakulu. Para hiyo no namo nanya no fanya ila paromwa. Kala nagua enira manjaba babure iyo nona nga bapamba iyo mwagada una supereza.
Coloring was absolutely gorgeous. Just cinematography was so high quality, and it was just so beautiful to watch. Um, and then in terms of content, I mean, there's a few different stories. We have the the needing of clean water. But we also get to hear about Ibrahim and his life and his legacy that he left behind. And he's just done such amazing work for these communities. And, we get to hear from the people who he worked with and how much reverence they have for him and the work that he's done and the lessons that he's taught. Um, I think it also serves as a really great reminder to not take certain things that we have for granted. Yes, water is absolutely a human right, and something clean water, I should say, is a human right and something that all of us deserve to have. It's just like quite a stark reminder of the privilege that we have here and how much more challenging it is for other people in other places. So, as beautiful as this film was, it was also a very, stark reminder of the haves and the have-nots in this world. And how wonderful is it that we do have people like Ibrahim who are dedicated to making a difference and committing their life to helping others. And
quite gripping at first, and you have a sense of sympathy towards the main character and the people who are affected by this water crisis. I like how after the opening we are introduced immediately to how they intend to resolve this problem with the project manager and the group set up, to come to the rescue. These sort of linear storylines are really impactful because they give an onset of hope, and you get to see the trajectory of the story and where it hopefully ends up, which is creating a reliable, water supply and infrastructure, which is what happens at the end. And I do think it is quite touching at the end where one of our subjects passes and there is a dedication to him as well.
Gorgeous drone shots in this documentary. We're seeing green, lush plains on the east coast of Africa in Mozambique. Such an interesting process to see this community well be built. It's constructed so carefully, and it's so interesting that they don't have the resources for transport, no cars, so they're carrying and stacking bricks on their heads. The children in the town area watch, and it's so fun to see them observe this. The fact that they're so happy when they're so impoverished, it's a real wonder because they're playing games and laughing and smiling together. There are two standouts with Ibrahim, a leader in the community, and he speaks to seeing the suffering of others as your own, and that's how he gets his inspiration for the work he does. And the younger men under his leadership talk about how he teaches respect, that they respect each other and the community and the land.
I love that there was dual stories in a way here, because it was sort of about building a well, but it was also about the courage and the perseverance of this place, these people, and not having access to clean water and what they went through to get the water they had, which was contaminated, just kind of puts everything into perspective for what we feel are our problems or people who have it way better. And the fact that once the well built, they were celebrating so beautifully with each other. It was, really put this things into perspective. For me, I really liked the the pacing of everything, as far as technically, I thought the shots were beautiful, just beautiful cinematography. I liked how they told of how remote they were, and the people who were building the wells had to carry things on their head and traverse across, a wide expanse of water to get to these different places. And just the impressive statistics of this man who went out and helped all these people. I'm really sad that he passed away. But he did leave a legacy that he wanted to leave. I loved when he was talking to the kids with the ball, and he was like, it's not just your ball, it's the whole team's. I mean, God, if we could just live by that philosophy, the whole world, we'd be in a better place for sure. If we think of Earth and the human race as one team.
The entire film is summed up by what he says at the end, that we have to leave a legacy of our time here on Earth. That he wants to help the majority out of his love. What a wonderful, wonderful mission, and what a wonderful man. And this is something we can all take for us as meaning in our lives. No matter what we're doing. But yeah, seeing his legacy in numbers, though, like he really lived what he was talking about, seeing over 12,000 wells and so much food delivered. But man, 12,000 wells, that's mind boggling that can happen in one person's lifetime. So it's a very wonderful film. Now, I really enjoyed this, and I can say I've not seen a lot of close-up footage, in-depth footage of this part of Africa before. So a lot of this was the first time for me, so I'm glad that I saw it. Yeah, but just it's really wonderfully done, wonderfully directed, wonderfully edited, wonderful use of scenery. The photography is great, color is great. The interviews, everybody who speaks does a great job communicating. So great job all around on this. So
it makes you put a lot of things into perspective. You don't normally think about it, but there's so many things that I feel like a lot of us take advantage of because we don't realize just how much of importance it has in our lives, because it's a basic necessity, it's a basic commodity for us. That example being water. I feel like a lot of us have very easy access to water, which makes us lose sight of just how valuable it is. Where this documentary shows us that there are a lot of people out there who, for them, getting water is a very perilous journey. It's a very difficult journey. And I found this group going around creating these wells to make receiving water more manageable. It was a very noble cause. And I feel like they've definitely improved the lives of thousands of people.
This was a very well shot documentary. I really enjoy the cinematography, the aerial views, the aerial shots that we have in the nature, but also at the same time the main message that the film brings to us. How difficult it is to work in these areas sometimes, especially when working with well. As we see, there's not much people can do down there, and most of the times there are no roads, no cars, no trucks. And you see all these workers, they literally have to pile everything in their head and walk for miles in order to get to their community and just keep working and keep building. So it's absolutely powerful shot, a powerful shot with a deep message and a strong cinematography direction.